Girls go to college to get more knowledge. Boys go to Jupiter to get more stupid.
I look to my left and I see a man who looks like he's about to whisper sweet nothings onto my...
Self-love. It's something we hear so much about these days. This idea that to truly be happy, we have to love ourselves first. But what happens when that self-love crosses the line into something darker? Something more dangerous? Disclaimer, this video is just my opinion, and I want to make it clear that I'm not hating on Jazmine Tan. In fact, I used to be a huge fan of hers. My goal is to start a conversation about the impact of certain messages on social media and how we can all work toward healthier, more empowering content. I would never hate on her. I just think it's important to critically analyze the messages we receive online. Let's keep the discussion respectful. Jazmine Tan is a 26-year-old content creator, born on March 30th, 1999. She gained popularity by teaching girls how to overcome insecurities, build confidence, and become their best selves. Her videos quickly went viral, and she amassed millions of followers. At first, her content seemed to empower women, helping them embrace self-love and confidence. But recently, her message has shifted, and it's no longer about uplifting women. It's about belittling men and promoting a dangerous narrative that distorts feminism. Over time, Jazmine's messaging has taken a disturbing turn. She went from empowering women to honestly condescending behavior. She uses feminism as a platform not to uplift women, but to degrade men. And that's where the problem lies. For instance, in one of her videos, she criticizes men for using a baby voice. But when women do the same thing, she justifies it. This is the start of double standards that don't align with true feminism.
I do not care if you've been married for 40 years. I do not care if it's gotten to the point where I know all of your hamsters' name that you had when you were 10 years old. I do not care. Please don't ever talk to me in a baby voice. I'm the only one in the relationship who's allowed to do it. Cause it's cute when I do it. It's not cute when you do it, buddy. It's not a good look on you. Story time. So a few weeks ago, I went on a date. He is literally perfect. He is probably everything you want in a man. He's very tall, muscular, chivalrous, opens the door, gets the bill, buys me flowers. Amazing, 10 out of 10. But one freaking night, we went to freaking McDonald's to get freaking ice cream. And surprise, surprise, McDonald's being dumbass McDonald's, the ice cream machine was broken. Shocker. And then I was like, aw, I really wanted a McFlurry. And this man, word for word, said, oh baby, I'm sorry, the ice cream machine is broken. Wanna go somewhere else? From that moment on, the crush went like pew, pew. I legit thought that he was one of the hottest guys I've ever seen in my life. But after that, I've never seen him in the same way ever again. Safe to say he's no longer in my life. My bad, bro, I couldn't help it.
Feminism is about equality, not about putting one gender down to elevate the other. Jazmine also claims that men shouldn't display certain behaviors, but then excuses the same behaviors in women. She perpetuates harmful stereotypes, saying women are naturally attractive and clean, while men are unkempt and lazy. This isn't about empowerment, it's about reinforcing archaic, harmful double standards. And here's where it gets even more problematic. Jazmine repeatedly dismisses men's attractiveness and confidence, calling them undeserved. She suggests that society manipulates women into feeling insecure, while men remain blissfully unaware. What she fails to understand is that true empowerment isn't about belittling anyone, it's about equality and mutual respect. Now, let's talk about Jazmine's apology video, which, to be honest, became the main reason for this video today.
All have been waiting for this video, and it's finally here. Hi baby girlies, it's been a while, huh? So come get ready with me while we catch up a little bit, shall we? Hi, I'm Jasmine. Some people call me Jazzy, and I have been a content creator for over a year now. And guess what? I fucked up. I'm taking full responsibility for all the mistakes that I made last year. Just like you, I am human, and I'm not perfect. And I make mistakes. Sometimes I yap a lot, and sometimes things get taken out of context, and then sometimes I say the wrong things. So I'm sorry if it offended any of my baby girlies. It was never my intention. I guess my platform grew so fast that it didn't quite hit me yet how much impact it had on people. I didn't quite realize that I was also growing a group of younger audiences as well. And it's pretty hard trying to balance being creative and staying exciting and relevant while also being mindful of how it would be perceived. Just like you guys, every day I'm still growing and I'm still learning. I'm still navigating adulthood and I'm forever evolving. Girl, I have only just developed my frontal lobe. So give a girl a break, you know? But moving forward, I will be a whole lot more mindful on the messages I send across in my videos. I will still be chaotic, I will still fight for all the women around me, and I will be even louder than ever. Even if y'all think that I'm not a girl's girl, I know that I'm a girl's girl at heart, and that's enough for me. I know that I'm kind and I take really, really good care of the people around me. And for every one hater that decides to leave a hate comment, there's at least 10 people who has my back. And that's enough to keep me going.
She finally posted an apology after all the backlash. But it was nothing like the apology people were hoping for. It didn't feel like she was owning up to her actions. It felt more like she was victimizing herself. I am taking full responsibility. For all the mistakes that I made last year, I'm sorry if it offended any of my baby girlies. It was never my intention. I guess my platform grew so fast that it didn't quite hit me yet how much impact it had on people. Let's break that down. Right off the bat, she's not apologizing for what she actually said. She's apologizing for the fact that people were offended by it. That's not an apology, that's a deflection. A real apology takes responsibility for the harm caused. But she's just saying, I'm sorry you got offended. That's the classic, I'm sorry if you were hurt phrasing, which shifts the blame onto the audience instead of acknowledging her own role in creating the harm. She continues with, I didn't quite realize that I was also growing a group of younger audiences as well. This sounds like she's excusing her behavior by claiming that she didn't realize the extent of her influence. But she's a 26-year-old woman running a platform with millions of followers. How could she not know that her words would have an impact? This isn't a case of being unaware. It's a case of ignoring the responsibility that comes with her platform. And she says, I'm still growing. I've only just developed my frontal lobe. This is a strange attempt to downplay her actions by blaming it on personal growth. While it's true that we all make mistakes as we learn and grow, this kind of comment is an excuse rather than an acknowledgement of the hurt her words may have caused. We don't get a free pass just because we're still growing. If you're old enough to make content that reaches millions of people, you're old enough to be accountable for it. Now, here's the part of her apology that really rubbed people the wrong way. For every one hater that decides to leave a hate comment, there's at least 10 people who have my back. She's essentially saying, it doesn't matter how many people criticize me because I've got a loyal fan base supporting me. It's this kind of mindset that reveals her lack of self-reflection. Instead of acknowledging the harm caused, she's focusing on defending herself and highlighting how many people still have her back. Yes, it's important to have support, but using it as a shield to deflect criticism doesn't make you accountable for your actions. It's a classic case of self-victimization, and it doesn't come across as humble or genuine. So what does all of this say about Jazmine Tan's so-called apology? Honestly, it wasn't an apology at all. It was an attempt to deflect responsibility, shift the blame, and save her brand. Instead of truly acknowledging the harm she caused, she made excuses for her actions and framed herself as the victim. And that's what's most concerning, because if she's not willing to take responsibility now, how can we trust her message moving forward? True self-love doesn't involve degrading others. True feminism isn't about elevating women at the expense of men. Jasmine's apology and her content are a stark reminder of the fine line between confidence and arrogance. If we want to build a more empowering, equal world, we need to hold ourselves accountable, not just for our mistakes, but for the messages we send to our followers. Now, let's take a look at some of the comments from the video and break them down, because there are definitely mixed reactions to Jasmine's apology. Comment 1. You're apologizing to the girls despite your sexist comments and double standards towards men. This wasn't a genuine apology. This was a, I'm sorry you got offended, not I'm sorry I said something offensive. Being immature does not excuse being harmful and prejudiced. This feels like a half-assed tactic to keep some of your fan base, knowing Clara didn't do that and lost a lot of them. Give a girl a break. Nobody gave you hate, they just held you accountable. You're not the victim here. the young audience you influenced with the mindset you spread, and your younger sister for getting used for clout are the victims here. I really resonate with this comment. It points out something important. Jasmine's apology is not about taking full responsibility for her actions, but about deflecting and shifting the blame. She says, "I'm sorry if you were offended," which is the classic, "I'm sorry you feel that way" apology. It's not addressing the real issue. Instead of owning up to her harmful rhetoric, it's more like she's trying to maintain her fan base. And that's not the same as genuinely apologizing for the things she said. Also, this comment brings up a good point about the younger audience she influenced. When you're a public figure with that much reach, the messages you send have real consequences. Jasmine has a responsibility to be more mindful of how her words affect others. And unfortunately, this apology doesn't seem to acknowledge that responsibility fully. Comment 2. Okay, so please read this. Not only Jazzy, but all the people here. I'm just so happy that you apologized for the mistake you did in the past. And when I saw that short, I was like, this can't be Jazzy, but still, I supported you in that phase and still liked all the videos and didn't unsubscribe or leave a hate comment. But now that I saw this video, I was just so happy that the old Jazzy, aka the OG girl's girl, and my big sis is back. I just screamed so loud that my mom came and said what happened. Well, thank you so much. My big sis, you always slay. You have so much positive vibes and positive attitude. By just watching your one short, I become so happy, and I know you don't have any negative attitude, but still, just saying that, don't let that control you. You're the bestest YouTuber. Love you so much. This comment is the exact opposite, showing a lot of support and excitement for Jasmine's apology. And I get it. People want to believe in the best version of their favorite influencers. For many fans, this apology could feel like a return to the person they initially followed, the OG girl's girl who inspired them. It's heartwarming to see Jasmine's fans so supportive, and I can understand why they'd feel happy seeing her back to her positive vibes after her controversial phase. But here's the thing. While I totally get wanting to support Jasmine and appreciate her past positivity, it's important to remember that an apology has to be genuine. It's not just about winning back your fan base, it's about showing accountability for the harm you caused. So, while it's great that this fan feels happy about the video, I hope they, along with others, understand the importance of holding influencers accountable, not just for the apology, but for the actions that led to the apology. To wrap things up, Jazmine Tan's apology reveals a lot about her lack of accountability. While it's important to have a supportive fan base, using that support as a shield to avoid taking responsibility for harmful actions doesn't make one genuinely accountable. Her attempt at deflecting blame by positioning herself as the victim shows a clear lack of self-reflection. True empowerment and feminism should be about uplifting everyone equally, not degrading others to make a point. If we want to see real growth and change, we need influencers to take full responsibility for their actions. If you found this video thought-provoking, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I'd love to hear your thoughts on Jasmine Tan's apology. Do you think it was genuine or just another excuse? Let's have a real conversation about what true empowerment and feminism should look like. See you next time.